Hello, Namaste, Namaskaram. Welcome to Stories of Hope, Introverts Special. This is the 34th episode of this series. And from this particular show, we want to add some value and create hope in people's life. It is not only about introverts, it's about everyone because there is something which is missing, maybe here and there because of downs which are happening in life. So, from this show, we want to show you the people who came across these downs and got some hope in their life and achieved success personally and professionally. But yeah, anyhow, the name of the show is Stories of Hope Introverts Special. Especially, I want to pull up the people or invite the people who gone through this introversion as well and got some hopes and achieved success. I believe introversion is not a disease. Introversion is not to be cured. It is a motivation. So, hello, this is 𝗬𝗫𝗍𝗍. I'm a proud introverts career mentor. And as I told you, I'm the host of the day. And today we have a guest who is basically coming from a humble background. And his life has been a roller coaster of emotions, failures, and a never-ending desire to make a real change. He discovered his love for poetry at a very young age, and it became a medium of expression for him. So he's a facilitator, motivational speaker, and a life purpose coach who has inspired positive change in the lives of his audience for almost a decade. With 16 years of working experience in IT and other sectors, he was lucky to find his purpose. He always tells this lucky, but we are lucky to get, he found his purpose. Now he is on a personal mission of helping others identify their purpose too and desire their best possible life. So he has worked in a lot of fields such as sales, customer support, business development, corporate training, facilitation, too many. So he has more than 50 plus corporates, both in India and globally, to build a better team and develop a better understanding of interpersonal skills and interpersonal relationships. Apart from that, he trained thousands of people. So yes, without any delay, let us invite our guest, Alok Verma. Sir, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Thank you, Santosh. Good morning, and I'm so happy for such a delightful intro from your side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. So it is I should say I am so excited. I'm so grateful for you being over here and your experience. I know how your journey is. Closely we work for one of the event where I have seen you and even your beautiful daughter as well, who actually shared the stage with us. So it is so great, and I am so grateful for everyone who actually made you to come over here. Thank you so much. It is a great privilege for me to host you.
Thank you so much, Santosh. And yes, I have seen you in action. I have been a listener of your shows, your lives, maybe recorded ones sometimes, and I have really got some inspiration from it. Some amazing conversations, some wonderful guests, and it's a delight to come and join you today on the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So yes, let us go into our show, sir. So basically, Stories of Hope Introverts Special is of 2 rounds. First round will be a normal question and answer. Second will be a rapid fire. So rapid fire, I will not discuss with any of the guests. At the last, I will suddenly, most of the things I will ask regarding your life.
Okay.
So, and
I'm
one more
ready.
thing. Yeah, amazing. So again, one more thing, I just want to give a note that this is not, I don't want to show professional life. I want to know about, the audience who are there. I just want to know my guests to share their personal experiences, because personal experience really inspires people, right? So most of the people know about the professional being a keynote speaker, being a host, a workshop. That is different. But backside of other side of the coin is completely different. So I just want you to share your experiences, which is related to the backstory of your life.
Sure, why not? Definitely, I'll do that.
Amazing, sir. Thank you so much. So we will go to the first round of about our question and answers. This in this first question is about your life. So we have discussed regarding this introversion. So maybe
Mhm.
after discussing, you also got to know regarding these few things. So let us, I mean, can you please share us what exactly you have been gone through in your childhood, or how it impacted you?
Okay. Sure. In fact, it's very interesting, Santosh, when you asked me that I have this show and I saw a couple of episodes and I saw how you bring it out. I started asking this question: Who am I? Am I an introvert or am I an extrovert? And it was confusing because there are times I'm very comfortable with audience. I've done, yes, as you said, I've done hundreds of sessions with hundreds of people, so it will multiplies into thousands. And I've been very comfortable. But then when it comes to some gatherings, I just steal out my time. I want my personal time. So I was so confused at who am I. I actually went through online assessment recently after we spoke, and I found out that I'm neither an introvert nor an extrovert. I'm something called an ambivert. So I'm between that spectrum. I hope you know that term, of course. So
Yeah.
I'm there, and that is the reason. Such a lot of answers I received after finding that out. That yes, certain things happen with me in a certain way, but to start the story, I feel I was a very shy kid. In the beginning, I think I was a I was a strong introvert. Let me tell you, because I was one of that child who used to hide behind his mother when there was a stranger in the house, or if there are guests in the house. I used to live in Varanasi, and when there used to be guests in the house, when I was a little kid, I used to go below the bed and hide in the corner so that I don't need to face them. I don't need to interact with them. In fact, it once happened. I was sleeping in the afternoon. I remember that incident, and some guests, my relatives, came, and they sat in the same room where I was sitting, where I was sleeping, and they started talking. I got up, but I woke up, but I never got up. I was just pretending to sleep because I was too embarrassed to get up and face them. This was me, very shy, very no. I was a very quiet kid in the beginning. I was kind of busy with my own work. I used to do my little engineering with toys. I used to open all the toys, by the way. So my toys don't last long. It didn't last long because I used to just engineer them and open them all. So that was me. In fact, let me tell you how I got exposed to speaking up. I believe it was class five, and we used to have this academy in the school. You know, every Saturday we used to change our dresses. It used to be a white uniform on that day, and we used to have an academy in the school. And on that Saturday, it was something where people need to perform, and my teacher selected me and asked me to go and perform on the stage. Maybe she wanted me to speak up because I never used to speak up in the class much. I was never the monitor of the class. I was not that guy who you see off and around. I was like half invisible kind of kid in the school. So in the early days, so I was like not sure what should I say. I was not good at singing. I was not good at. I think I felt I'm not good at anything. So she said that there are a couple of options which you can choose from. So you can sing, you can dance, you can perform in the chorus, or there's something called a mono acting. So I asked her what is mono acting. She said you have to act about something, but you don't need to speak about anything. Don't have to speak. I said, Bob, this is it. I will mono act. And I don't need to speak, so that's the first thing. I don't want to speak. I'm so scared to speak, as a kid. But I went on the stage anyways, and I
Hmm.
received a prize. I won that. I don't know if I won that. I was a second. I don't know. I remember that. It was very early. But I got an acknowledgement, and I got those claps from the people around for whatever I acted. And that gave me a different kind of energy. I realized on that day that I love applause. I love those claps when I'm on the stage. And that's how my love for the stage began. And then later in school, there were multiple occasions where I participated in theater. I participated in the extempo competition, acting and stuff like that. That got me a little exposure to the stage. So that's how I think little transformation happened in the beginning.
Amazing. So great, sir. Yeah, I can completely relate to your story, what you're talking about, because even for you, maybe it took a couple very less time, probably. For me, it took even more long time. Maybe I pushed myself. I was also being pushed by one of my teacher, but at that time I didn't go. I went out to my out. I went out of the class and I went out to the school on that day. I remember that particular incident. Something on that day, my teacher asked me to go on stage, but I told some reason and I went out of the class and I went out to the, I mean, school, and somehow I walked to the other place. So yeah, it took me almost maybe after 10th class, I came out and started talking. But even at that moment also, I didn't feel that to talk out or to express myself. So almost 2 to 3 years, I mean, before just 2 to 3 years only, I came out and I started delivering and talking before people and all. Then only I actually, I actually came out and I started expressing. So thank you for that sharing this, because people don't know about the stories and all. People only
Yeah.
think Alok Verma has, given almost hundreds of workshops and already delivered speeches for thousands of people, right? So, so people should know about these stories. And now let us go to even more deep about
Yeah.
your college life. So, college life, after
Mhm.
school life, obviously, you told that you are hiding. And so, after delivering speeches and all, after being little comfortable with speaking before audience, so what is any incident which you remember again in your school days or college days, which made you to push yourself? You are not comfortable over there, but yeah, you pushed
Yeah.
yourself and you delivered it.
Absolutely, Santosh. So I rather never went to college. In fact, I went to a college. I was started doing BSc, and
Hmm.
I never liked that place. Somehow, I was not very comfortable with the environment, the people. There was too much politics in the environment, and I think left after first year. Then I
Hmm.
joined a computer course, and in fact, I did my graduation with correspondence as well. So what I did was I joined this computer institute. Its name was Tech in Varanasi, and I extended that. I got myself transferred to Delhi for the same. That was the time I was again back on stage for their annual functions and all. But when I was doing one of their annual functions in the year 2000, I believe, or year 2000, and there were a lot of people in the guest, and some of them were from the event industry, and they saw me on the stage reading poetry and doing comparing and all of that stuff, and they invited me to be an anchor of a bigger show. It was not the institute show; it was a professional show, and the event was Mega Model of UP. Basically, it was a modeling competition where models and people from the bodybuilding world come together on stage, and they do a ramp walk kind of thing, and you find a winner. Now the thing was that was an interesting thing. I was thrilled. I'm going to be on a professional stage, getting paid for what I do, and I'm getting paid for speaking in a way, for anchoring, and I was thrilled. But then when I realized 4 hours before the session that the number of people in that auditorium would be more than 2,000. It would be around 2,200 people, because we were not told the place it is happening, pretty early. So when we went to that auditorium and saw the auditorium, it had a floor, and then there was a balcony, like a movie theater, and
Hmm.
it can accommodate easily 2,000 people. And then I got shivers. I was like, it was freezing. My knees were really shivering. And I was like, I don't know what happened. I had spoken on stage. It was the same stage as the podium. Everything was set and I was ready. Things were planned. But I was shivering from inside. I was so scared. And luckily, one of the mentors I had at that time, who was into news reading and everything, basically associated with Doordarshan as well, and he felt something is wrong. It's not a weather to get sweating and all, and this guy is sweating all over the stage. He's going to go on stage. People, tickets are sold and all of that. And he asked me, "What happened, Alok? Kya hua?" I said, "I don't know why. The moment I realize it can, if this hall fills up, it will be 2,000 people. I'm not very comfortable. I don't know what is happening with me." He said, "You know what? You're scared." I said, "I don't think I'm scared." He said, "You're scared of being judged.
Hmm.
You are just thinking that there are 2,000 people who are going to validate you, that are you correct or not?" And the answer is yes, it is true, they will validate you. That's how humans are. But that's none of your business. I said, "Why? Tell me more about it." And we had some sweet 20 minutes conversation. And he said something which I will never forget. I think that was a transformative moment in my life. He said, "Listen, people normally feel scared because they feel that the person who came before them or the person who will come after them on the stage was better from them, because we are comparing from the one who spoke better than us, which is our own assessment, or the one who will come later and steal the show, and you will be lost in between." That is building that scare. So he gave me a couple of tips. First, he said, "It's a huge auditorium, but the lights are on you. So watch in the darkness, and people will feel you're watching them. So first thing on the stage, you watch in the darkness. There's always a darkness in the stage because there's a lot of lights on your face. So don't look in the eyes for some time if you're not comfortable in the beginning. 5 minutes. Second, he said that remember this: people don't like perfect people. People like people who are like them, and they are imperfect. So don't worry about that perfect line, that perfect opening, the perfect energy. Just go and be yourself. Speak as you speak, anyways. You speak good. You go and speak anyways. If you are comfortable with the English language, go for it. Hindi, go for it. This is a mixed audience. Mix it. Say what you feel like, but just be original. Just be you. People like real people. They don't like perfect people. Because they're not perfect. Nobody is, and it's an illusion we people live into. I said, wow. And I just did that, Santosh. I made a mistake, by the way. I made a huge mistake on that day, and still it went well. So the chief guest of the event was a very, very famous tabla player, 𝗫𝗫𝗃𝗃 Maharaj. He is famous all over the world for his art, and he is a Padma Shri. And how do you take his name? Somebody wrote it and gave to me. When he comes, he will come a little later. But when he comes inside, you have to say, uh, स्वागत है Shri Shri Padma Shri Krishnji Maharaj. This is how you
Hmm.
take his name. I don't know what happened with me when I pronounce his name. I say Shri Shri Sushri Krishnji Maharaj. Now,
Hmm.
Sushri stands for Mrs. in Hindi.
Okay.
So instead of Mr., I said Mrs. to Kishanji Maharaj. And somebody told me that if he gets angry, he will leave the show. I was like gone. And but the moment I said it, I said, मुझे माफ कर दीजिए मैं छोटा बच्चा हूँ अभी बस सीख रहा हूँ और can I say that again श्री श्री Padma Shri Kishanji Maharaj, and he gave a smile and I was relaxed and it all happened well, but it was so scary moment. I can't tell you. I'm getting chills right now and I'm talking about it. But yes, that's the reality, my friend. Santosh, and I also felt that's how it is. You remember a couple of years back, there was a Korean song which went viral in the world. Do you remember that song?
Korean
A guy,
song.
Korean
Ah,
guy, very, very famous.
Gangnam Dance.
Gangnam, yes, Gangnam Style.
Gangnam
And
Style.
Gangnam Style went on the charts. Right now, it's the seventh most popular, most viewed song on YouTube, I guess, seventh or eighth billion of views, I think. And then a lot of people thought about, hey, what happened? A lot of people, I don't know the language. People don't understand the language. It's a very complex song, very weird song. We don't know, but people all were dancing like this. What? Now some people research around it and say, hey, why it is so viral? What is wrong here? What is good here? So they found that this guy is not perfect. He's not a most leanest like Ricky Martin kind of guy. He is like a plumpy guy, pretty much like me. And then he is dancing in a very weird fashion, very weird style of dancing. But he relates to people. People are not perfect. They are also certainly weird in some way. They have all their complexities with them, and that's what relates. That's what made it amazing. 𝗀𝗽𝗃𝗃𝗃. What's there in that song? There is not even a line of music inside that, but it went viral. And that's what I want to tell people who are listening here. Guys, the world is not looking for perfection. The world is looking for reality. Just be real, just be yourself. And I think you will rock the stage wherever you go.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, this is a minute experience. Basically, people will forget or just leave it. But yeah, this inspires a lot of people because everyone think that I should be perfect. I should
Yes.
deliver as such. We are delivering. I mean, the hosts of Filmfare and big stages. That kind of feel most of the people actually feel. Right? Even I even felt in my starting days when I was starting this show. I even felt this when I hosted one of my college events. That's the first time I'm hosting it. I made a big mistake. And the same way, what you're talking about, the chief guest only. I uh, I gave a wrong name to them, directly wrong name itself. So yeah,
Okay.
that's a mess over there. So yeah, it is
Yeah, it does
complete.
happen.
Yeah, it does happen.
and
Yeah,
it keeps happening. It is not that I only learned once and I am perfect forever. I made mistakes later as well. In fact, I had all those insecurity feelings, some imposter syndrome feelings later as well, but you need to work on it, and you always find a solution if you just be real, be yourself. And I think that's a great way to move forward.
right, exactly. So thank you so much. And even you are I mean, moving me back to my old past, and I'm getting some memories out. So thank you. And even I can relate a lot of things which you are talking about. Amazing. So yeah, you have shared about this. Now let us go to the next question. Is about, I mean, as you told about fear of being judged. So what
Mhm.
exactly the reason behind? Already you told about perfection. Apart from that, is there any other reasons which actually pulls or takes us to this fear of being judged or getting judged?
So I think one of the things which works, I feel very strongly, is that whole thought that I'm not good enough. You know, I am a little lesser than the people around me, and it has happened with me. When I moved to Delhi, I was a guy from Varanasi, you know, very a small town compared to Delhi. Their life here is different, people here are different. And for the first time, I went to places like I went to pub with my friends, we went to this, and we went to there used to be PVR Priya, that was the most happening place, and we used to go there and all. I used to enjoy all of that, but I used to feel such an outsider. यहाँ मैं अजनबी हूँ, you know that song. It's exactly what is playing in my mind. Yeah, I don't belong to this place. Look at their jokes. Look at their stories. Now I have been with people who are talking about various various interesting international comic characters, and all I know is Chacha Chaudhary and Pinky. I just don't know anything else. So I'm like, what should I say? I have not even read these things. What I was doing in my childhood, I used to feel all of that, and we sometimes we just feel that we are an outsider. We don't belong to this place, and that builds the fear of being an not being with like them. That is what we also call imposter syndrome, and that also leads to the fear of judgment. That hey, I'm anyways an outsider. What if I say something and I'm mocked on, I'm laughed on? What would happen to me? You know, we have all those limiting beliefs which really builds up. In fact, let me give you another tell you another story which is very interesting. This is not when I don't have an experience. I'm telling you when I have close to 9 years of experience on stage as facilitator. After that, I got a workshop in Shimla. It's a little ahead of Shimla. There is a place called Mashobra, which is
Hmm.
on the near the towards when you move from Shimla to Kufri. There is a huge place, beautiful place, and there was a workshop for all the IRS officers of the country, and
Hmm.
these are assistant commissioners and above from two revenue streams. So one was income tax, one was customs.
Hmm.
So now I went there with two of my colleagues, and it's a nice interesting workshop. There are two batches on 2 days we have to do same stuff, same team building. Day one was with custom officers. Day two was with income tax officers. Now, I did a little research about their background and realized that these are assistant commissioners and above. Now,
Hmm.
they have lived in an environment where people there generally don't say no to them. You go in any government office and you reach to the level of an IAS officer, generally people around them will say, yes, sir, yes, sir. You say something, yes, sir, I'm saying. So you always get yes. You don't say get no's so often. That was one thing. There was a little bit of bureaucracy in there, a little bit of sophistication in there. And right before the workshop, I really felt that, oh my God, if they start asking me challenging questions, if they start judging me, again, the same thing came back. What would I do? These are really well-read people. They are at a place in government of India, and I'm little lesser than them in person. You understand that? I'm feeling
Yeah, yeah,
like
got
little,
it.
yeah, I'm little lesser than. How would I facilitate? How would I make in that the way my team building activities? They
Hmm.
actually deliberately make you fail, and then
Hmm.
when I give you a debrief, I'll tell you, hey, this is how you can do it better. Imagine people who are not used to get no very often. I'm going to make them fail, and then
Hmm.
teach them what is the learning from the lesson. It can be scary, you know. At times they can just fire back. What are you doing? Are you kidding? So I was really scared. I called the MD of my company where I was working, and I spoke to him. I said, you know, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. These guys are really higher ups, and I have
Hmm.
no experience, you know, compared to them. He said something amazing to me, and I always remember that. He said, Alok, no matter who they are, no matter what they do, nobody in that room has enough stage experience than you. You are the person in that room who has the maximum stage experience because of what you were doing from last 9 years. So you know something about your art which they don't know, and it's facilitation. You don't do anyways not going to challenge them on their domain. You're talking about behaviors, you're talking about collaboration, you're talking about trust, talking about working together and growing together, taking care of your teams. So that's fine. You know the art. So what are you worried about? I said, yes, I know better than them. At least in my domain, I am a champion, man. And I went for it. In fact, it went so well. And because in the first day, there was supposed to be 40 people in that workshop, just 18 turned up on that day. Rest of them decided to go and watch Simla and just go for a ride and everything. Nobody attended the workshop. It's a beautiful place. Who gets in, goes and sits in the workshop? But those 18 people, their experience on that day was so amazing that day two, when I was doing my next batch of 40 people, there are some people standing outside the conference room in the morning saying, hey, we are from yesterday's batch. Can I join you? Because, we got some very good feedback about you. This is how it works. And both the sessions went very well. So, yes, I think that's the secret behind all of these little fear of judgment. Just have to think about what are you good at, and I think that helps.
Amazing. Thank you. Again, this is as I told you, this is a very minute thing. People don't know this, right? Even most right now as well. Right now, I should tell this. Before this, I also feel little bit uncomfortable because when I'm hosting someone who have more experience, who is in a I think it is in a great levels. So I feel so uncomfortable whether I can match to their frequency or not. I have this kind of thing. Then again, I will tell, okay, fine, you have asked, you have done some interviews already, it's fine, you can ask them questions anyhow, they are going to speak, you are going to listen, right? So some or other way, I also make my mind set every day, every interview, I have this problem. For 5 10 minutes I will be sitting calm and I will be thinking, okay, fine, it's okay. So you have to ask questions, so be ready with your questions and be prepared, that's it. They will answer your questions, no worries. So yeah,
Yes.
this is a common thing most of the people actually face. So
Yes,
how?
and one more thing, Santosh, all those who are creating content, who are making videos, especially videos, who
Hmm.
are coming and showing up on either of the social media, please understand this. You are level up from those who are not doing it. Now, you may see a lot of traffic around and a lot of videos are coming up, but that's also a little grain in the population we are living in. Just look around, and I'm asking you, Santosh, just look around your school friends. How many of them are doing a live show like this every week? How many of your colleagues from your childhood days are showing up and making videos and delivering value for introverts like you? I don't think many of them are. So you're anyway the level up from what you are doing. There is no comparison, I'm saying, but still you need to understand that if we are coming on the camera, if we are coming on stage, if we are speaking up, we've already taken a step. We've already leveled up ourselves, and that's a great place to be. Take the pride and move on. There is no shame.
Thank you, sir. Yes, that is what even I also feel that whenever I do this, because in my circle, in my area, because I came from very small town, and people ask me, Santosh, what are you doing? What is this all
Hmm.
about? I mean, the words which I use, this is little different to everyone, and yeah,
Hmm.
this made me even more. I mean, feel better. Okay, fine, I'm doing something different than whatever a lot of people are not doing it. Okay, I can do it. So again, it's not a comparison, but at least to feel myself good, I should
Yes.
feel good, right? So that's what I do. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, again, so definitely, as you told about being that, I mean, having that fears and all. So what we can do actually to instantly, I'm talking about long term as well, instantly as well. So what we can do to avoid this, I mean, fear of being judged or fear of failure, whatever was people call it in a different way. But right now we talk about fear of being judged. What we can do instantly and for a long term.
So for this, I don't have a universal formula that works for everyone. What has worked for me is to one, be a little prepared, because see, as I'm a little ambivert, if I know what I'm going to do, I think I'll do it well.
Hmm.
Even if you throw me in a surprising situation, I may end up doing something, but maybe I'm not very happy after it. Yeah, say acha kar sakte the, I could have done better. So I don't want, and I'm a very, I get into that zone sometimes that I always have a feeling that I can do better, which is
Hmm.
not a bad feeling. But if we are little prepared, if especially if you have a feeling of that fear of being judged and all, being a little prepared is great. And second, try to be real. Most of us struggle when we try to be somebody else. Now tomorrow I can go to a Tony Robbins session and get thrilled about it and start to talk like Tony Robbins. Excuse me, I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm Alok Verma. And if I be Alok Verma, people will love me the way I am. If I try to be like Tony Robbins, he is different, he has different powers, and he has different weaknesses. You never know. So just imitating, modeling is good, following leaders is good, but when we start losing ourselves and following others, it becomes a little difficult. And then what happens? The moment we go up and show up, and then we say, hey, we are not doing as good as they were doing, we start getting the feeling of being judged. Being judged, what are you getting being judged for? What are you comparing yourself with? So when you really get real now, it's difficult to reach there, but we have to think about ourselves that how do we talk when we are with our friends? How do we talk when we are in that riverside in a camp by the bonfire and we are sharing our stories? Are we comfortable there? Yes, we are very comfortable. We are sharing like anything. Can you share like that in the camera? You will never have the feeling of getting judged after that.
Amazing. Yes, even that is about the preparation and practice. It comes out if you are doing it continuously. Example is, if you see our old videos, the first time videos, now videos, you can easily compare what is happening. So first video, you will not even remember. You remember, or the people will not remember who this guy is, what this guy is talking about. Now they can relate to it because we made some improvements, we made some changes here and there, we made some advanced things. So obviously that actually comes up. It comes up with practice, it comes up with experience, right? But the first step is difficult. I know that. The first step is always,
the beauty about life is that, Santosh, see, it's a big world, and literally when we feel that people are watching, many of them are not. So just people get into a swimming pool, they go out of the pool and they're conscious, oh my god, how is my hair, how are my looks, how I'm walking, what do people think? Excuse me, nobody is even watching. So that's how the world is. So you are just conscious because we think people are really watching us and all. But then till we are really at that huge celebrity level that every tweet can go controversial, you are good. So we can do things, we can fail, we can change courses, we can try out new things. It's absolutely fine. For example, you try to go ahead and build something, try to sell a program, and it goes well for a week and it does not go well after that. It's okay. You are not being held in the, you'll not be hold in the court for a trial for that. You just go and change what your customers want. So take it easy. I think that's very important. We sometimes are too hard on ourselves, and that would eradicate the whole fear of being judged or anything like that for that.
Amazing. So yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that experiences. So yeah, with this, we are done with our first round of Stories of Hope Introverts Special. Quickly, we'll go to the second round. Before that, whoever watching it live or recorded, if you want to connect to our Alok, sir, you can go to his website, 𝗬𝗏𝑘𝗏𝑚. Apart from that, the social media links are also there in the description. You can go and get connected to him and connect to his team, so that you can also maybe if you want any workshops to be organized or regarding his programs, whatever, you can go to his website and go and get the services done. Because I know him right now also. You can see how he is as a person as well. I know him personally as well. I have worked for an event where I understood, yes, a person whom I connect to, I can connect to and ask regarding life, because his experience will be definitely useful for many people, and he's also there to add value in lot of people, many of lives over there. And he's also having a YouTube channel who is running some show, who is inviting a lot of people and asking them to share their stories and all. So I love being, I even watch sometimes your YouTube videos which you release, I think weekly or bi-weekly, I believe. So right, sir?
Weekly.
Yeah. So yes, thank you for being that and sharing some value, so that we also get inspired by seeing you. Thank you for doing that, sir. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Santosh.
Yeah. So yeah, coming to the next round, that is about rapid fire. So rapid fire, it is about, again, it's about your life, but little bit personal. Okay. So the first question is about, are you a night owl or you prefer, you being an early bird?
I'm mixed. I've been a night owl for a long time, but I have also been an early riser because I got motivated by Robin Sharma. I went off the whole 5 a.m. club for some time, again switched to night. So I think I'm a
Hmm.
mix. My answer is mixed here.
Okay, okay. Is it something going wrong? Okay, okay.
Thank you.
So, okay, fine. So the next question is about what is your motivational motive. I mean to say, whenever you are going down, whenever you feel overwhelmed, what is that one thing which actually drives you again? Because it's not about any statement or any books or anything. I want in an entertainment side. It can be movies or it can be anything else in a way of entertainment.
So mine is a very interesting one. I just pick out my time and I play with my kids. I have two of them in my house, and we just play as kids play. I don't become father when I play. I just become their brother or sister, and we just have a lot of fun. I guess it's a great motivator, great changer. And second thing, I love to walk, so I just go on for a walk, and it's really amazing for me. I get great ideas when I walk. So both of them.
Yes, amazing, amazing. Okay, so next thing is about being. I should. Most of the people actually do this regarding books. So, what is that one book which transformed your life?
I think many, but the one which really left an impression on me is a book called Tuesdays with Maury. They've also made a movie on it now. It was the one book where really said, "Hey, stop rushing, slow down. Life is limited. Life is you are a mortal," and it beautifully expresses how to approach death. And I think it was really changing. It made me pause and think about whatever was happening in my life at that time. So Tuesdays with Maury was really transformative.
Okay, okay, amazing. So, next is about regarding fear of being judged. Last question. In our this round rapid fire, fear of being judged means basically you told that you starting days of your career it is tough for you to go and you are being pushed. So how exactly what exactly happened you already experienced and you told any one of your friends who know you in childhood days or maybe in your college days right now, at that time they criticized you or they judged you or they have given the judgment on you, right now called you or pinged you telling that, oh look, you have been right now inspirational influencer or a person who inspiring many people. You changed a lot and you are a good, right now you had made a huge transformation in your life. Anyone told like that or any experience as such?
Keeps happening. But yes, one very interesting thing happened is that one of my friend's friend,
Mm.
he was from Delhi, and see, we small town kids now look the Delhi people and Mumbai people with, oh my God, they're like from the metro city and they must know so much.
Yeah.
So we had this. I also had this whole feeling. So I used to look upon that person quite a bit, and he was my friend's friend, not a direct friend. And I know him. He was smart. He was charming and all. And then he's now settled in Australia. One day he found me in Instagram recently, and this we met around 20 years back. One day he found me in Instagram, sent me a message. I was not able to recognize him. Then he told me the stories that okay, I was your friend's friend and I'm the same guy. I said okay, great. And he was like really appreciating my work. He was very impressed with what I'm doing, the kind of value I'm bringing. And I was like, wow, I used to take so much load from this guy one day that, wow, he's such a place and now he's doing the same for me. So that was a very defining moment. I really loved it. I was very happy. I thanked him for that. And yeah, that happened once. Right.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, sir. So with this, yes, we are done with our stories of hope introvert special. So any last thing which you want to add upon?
I think you're doing a very great initiative, Santosh. And I personally really stand with people who transform because I have done it multiple times in my life, and they are interesting, thrilling, and painful at the same time. You can't say somebody transformed. Oh my God, he's a hero. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of midnight oil which gets burned to get you at a place where you reach. So I really have my heart for people who transform, who take that call and move on. And since you're working on the topic of introverts, introverts are amazing people. Most of my leaders have been introverts, and they are TEDx speakers. They really inspire people. And of course, they internalize the thoughts and then they speak up. Extroverts talk and they talk and think together. So that's the difference. But there is an extreme power which we all possess, and I think we all can transform from wherever we are to whatever we want to be. It's a journey, and whenever you are putting one step in that journey, I think you are beginning that journey. So just take that one step, move towards your destinations, one step every day, and I think nothing is impossible to achieve. So that's my message for you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your time. That is very valuable. I know that, and even as I told you, it has been a delight for me as well. It's a privilege for me to host you, and your experience will definitely will be useful and is useful, was useful for a lot of people already, and I was also being one of them. It is also a privilege for me because after listening to you, I also got some points where I can also I can also implement in my life. Obviously, even though I'm coming on camera and all, there will be something which actually makes me also uncomfortable, right? Yeah, yes, that's what. With that, thank you so much once again to the people who are watching live or recorded. I'm able to do it because of you, because you ping me, Santosh, why didn't you do this? What happened this week? If I miss 1 week as well, I get a message, Santosh, why you missed this week? Okay, fine. So I have to make myself ready and I have to push myself. I have to invite someone this week anyway because people are waiting for me. That actually drives me every day. So
Yes.
thank you for actually being that persons whoever are watching this live or recorded. So yeah, if you want to know about more things regarding introversion, anything regarding depression, anxiety related topics, I was also making some things related to them on YouTube, Instagram, wherever, all the social media. And apart from that, there is a group called as Proud Introverts in Facebook where I will be frequently coming up and adding some value towards introversion. And yes, that's it from my side. So thank you so much once again. We'll meet you in the next episode of Stories of Hope Introverts Special. Till then, have a nice week and stay home, stay safe. Thank
Thank
you.
you.